Hi, it's Kyle from Bitewing Games, and today we're taking a look at Cryptid. Cryptid is a game for 3 to 5 players that plays in about 50 minutes. When I first got into the world of board games and even game design, I told my friend, I want to create a game that's like Clue, but removes all the dice rolling and moving around the board and really just highlights the deduction and trying to figure out someone else's clues. And he said, you need to check out this game, Cryptid. And I played it, and I'm so glad I did because he saved me hundreds and hundreds of hours of trying to design a perfect game that someone already came up with. Each player is given a unique piece of information, hinting at where the creature could be hidden on the map. Your goal is to ask other players certain questions to discover what their clues are and eventually find where this creature, the cryptid, is. To set up the game, you will select a card that will show you where to place the tiles to form the map, and it will also tell you which pieces of information each player is given. When combined, all players' clues will point to exactly one spot on the map. So let's take a look at the map. The map is made up of a series of hexagons. There are 5 types of terrain: water, forest, desert, etc. There are 3 different colors of structures, and there are also 2 different types of animal territories. Examples of what the clues look like are the creature is within 1 space of forest, or within 3 spaces of a blue structure, or the creature is either on desert or on swamp. To actually play the game, players will take 1 color and they'll take the discs and the cubes of that color. They will play 2 of the cubes onto the board. Now the cubes show spaces that the creature could not be according to your clue. For example, if your clue were within 1 space of forest, you could place the cube anywhere that is more than 1 space from a forest. The key is to not give too much information away when you share your clues of where the creature cannot be, because you don't want the other players to be able to narrow it down too easy. How the gameplay actually works is really simple. You indicate 1 hexagon on the board and ask a certain player if the creature could be there. They will place a cube if the creature cannot be there, or a disc if the creature could be there, according to their clue. The alternative for your turn is for you to place a disc somewhere on the board where the creature could be according to your clue. The player to your left will then either place a disc or a cube if the creature can or cannot be in that spot. And it will continue until 1 player has answered no. So that is how you'll eventually solve this puzzle of where the cryptid is, by placing a disc on the board, and if all other players have placed a disc on the board, you found the 1 location where the creature actually is, and you've won the game. So, is Cryptid fun? I love the deduction in this game. Each player has a list of the possible clues that each other player could have. So when you place a cube, that gives me a lot of information so I can eliminate what your clue cannot be. For example, if you were to place a cube here, I would know it can't be on desert. It can't be within 1 of forest or water, and it can't be within 3 spaces of a blue or green structure. Now, that's a lot of information to process. There's a very puzzly, brain teaser nature to this game, and I really appreciate that about the game. Some games you're playing just to keep your hands busy while you're talking with your friends, and this isn't one of those games. I honestly have a scratch piece of paper there to the side, taking notes as I'm playing the game, because I can't keep track of it all in my mind. I really enjoy that the game uses very simple pieces. At first I saw the game and I thought, why is it just discs and cubes and little plain structures? I wish there was more of a thematic thing to it, with little miniatures or something. But I actually really love that the pieces are so simple, because your brain is doing a lot of processing, and just having those simple structures and shapes on the board makes it a lot easier to eliminate and process everything. On to the negatives. There really is a lot of information, which is fun, but it can make the game really drag. If each player wants a minute between turns to write things down and cancel out all the options, the game will never end. I kind of like being an unofficial sand timer, where I nudge the next player and say, hey, it's your turn, you need to ask someone a question. I just feel like that more fast-paced game makes it so that we don't all have unlimited amount of time to look at everything, because then we're all on the exact same page with no mistakes. But if there's a little bit of a time element to it, you've got to use your brain processing power to get things done as quickly as possible and try not to make a mistake. And another negative that my brother pointed out, he said, I could write a computer program that would solve this in the quickest way possible. And I don't disagree, he actually could. But I think the same for chess and for Sudoku. You could create a program that would solve the problem. However, that's not the point of the game. The point of the game is for me to interact with other players and kind of use my computer, my brain, against yours. And I think that's a lot of fun, this challenge of how quickly can my brain work to solve this puzzle, and can I beat you in that race? Overall, I give Cryptid 4 stars. It's a game that I really enjoy and recommend, but it's not a game I want to play every day. It really challenges your brain. You have to be up to this idea of a brain teaser. So lots of people aren't up to a game. They want to keep their hands busy and talk, and not just focus on a game. This game is not for them. But if you like brain teasers, if you love that deduction part of Clue without all the dice rolling and moving around, this game will be right up your alley. If you have a game that you've played that you think replaces Clue, I would love to try that out because I clearly love this idea of deduction. Let me know in the comments below. Until next time.